Welcome to Bible Reader Companion. We are concluding our reading of the book of Hebrews this week, Hebrews chapters 12 and 13. We want today to take our passage from Hebrews chapter 12. We're going to begin in Hebrews chapter 12, verse 12, New King James Version. Therefore strengthen the hands which hang down and the feeble knees, and make straight paths for your feet, so that what is lame may not be dislocated, but rather be healed. Pursue peace with all people and holiness, without which no one will see the Lord, looking carefully, lest anyone fall short of the grace of God, lest any root of bitterness springing up cause trouble, and by this many become defiled. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person like Esau, who for one morsel of food sold his birthright. For you know that afterward, when he wanted to inherit the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place for repentance, though he sought it diligently with tears. He has been culminating in this concept: strengthen the hands which hang down and the feeble knees. The picture here is that which we have described over and over of the people to whom this book is written. Think of the person who shrugs their shoulders, their hands are drooped, their knees are weak, the idea of you just feel like you can't go on. And he says, strengthen those things. Move forward. Why? He says, you've got to be careful lest, verse 15, lest anyone fall short of the grace of God, lest any root of bitterness springing up become troubled and become defiled. We've got to be careful that we don't let this discouragement overwhelm us and we give up. You know, he uses the example of Esau, who for just a bit of food, Esau wasn't going to die if he didn't die in the next 5 minutes. But that's how he felt. And he was willing to trade his birthright for that momentary satisfaction. How many people have sacrificed their spiritual future for a moment of earthly satisfaction? Or for a few moments or a few years. They go, I did it for years. But how is that compared to eternity? And I find interesting here what he says in verse 17, because he says afterward he wanted it, but he couldn't have it. Despite the fact he asked for it bitterly with tears, he could not have what he had willingly given up. He couldn't regain that blessing. How many people will be heartbroken and filled with tears because they gave up? They became discouraged. They quit. Let us not be those people. Let us not follow in the path of Esau. Let us strengthen the hands which hang down and the feeble knees, so that we may make straight paths for your feet, so that what is lame may not be dislocated, but rather be healed. Thank you for thinking on these things with us, and we hope you'll join us again tomorrow.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook for more content like this.